Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So in this video, we discussed about Hugging Face and why we are using Hugging Face, and we'll try to execute some examples on this. Okay, okay. First of all, what is Hugging Face? So Hugging Face is a open source community. So this is for artificial intelligence and machine learning applications to deploy. So basically, so if you see this one, so I'm opening Hugging Face. So URL is nothing but you can enter huggingface.co. So it will open the Hugging Face. Already it is open. Okay. So this is the Hugging Face. So if you see, this is the landing page. So this is the Hugging Face is the open source community for the building AI and machine learning applications. Okay. So if you scroll from, this is the home of the machine learning. So this is completely related to the AI and machine learning purpose only. So if you are software engineer, so already you aware of this GitHub. Why we are using GitHub means we need to keep all our code into the repository, right? So same like the people working on the machine learning and artificial intelligence, so they will keep all their models into the Hugging Face and they will deploy into the Hugging Face only. Okay, because it is open source community, so no need to pay the any amount for this one. So also there are the multiple models are available here in the open source sector, so can use those models in your application as well. Okay, so there are a few key factors in the Hugging Face. So before going to see all these things, first we need to sign up. So once you sign up from this Hugging Face, then you need to log in. So already I have created my account. You can create your account using this mm, sign up option here. And once you are created, then you can try to log in that Hugging Face. Okay, this is the Hugging Face landing page. So if you see, there are a model, data set, and spaces. So what is the use of these things? So these are the major key components in the Hugging Face actually. So for example, model is nothing but, so if you are developed any your own models to deal with AI and machine learning purpose, you can keep those models in models here. For example, if you see, there is here how many models right now, it is 6 lakh models is available in this. Okay, so there are, if you see here, multi-model and computer vision model and natural language processing model. So there are the different scenarios we can use the different kind of models. For example, if you want to create any question answering related chatbot application, in this case you can use in the question answering model. So if you click on the question answering model, also there are lot of models are available. Whatever you want, you can just choose and you can work on that. Okay, and coming to the data sets, data sets is nothing but these are the models. So data sets is nothing but there is a data feed for this model, they are using the data sets. And spaces they are using to deploy this applications. So if you see here, create new space, using this functionality you can deploy your application into the Hugging Face. Okay, these are the three main key factors here. And this is open source but also is available for that pro version also. But here monthly $9 is showing, but almost all the features is available in the free versions. Free version is enough for us to do our any POCs is sufficient. Okay, so today we'll create one application using the question answering chatbot. Okay, so how to do that one? So first we'll come to the models and select to that question answering. Okay, so here if you see, there are multiple models. I'll go with this model. So in this model, so once you open, there is a lot of information about this question answering model. So if you see, this is the overview of this one. So this language they are using as a English. There are the multiple languages are available, but this one is for that English. And these are the parameter they are using while creating that model. And this is the usage, how to use this model. So they given some sample examples also to you work with this particular model. And yeah, this is all about this model. You can just go through this page once, you will get to know everything. So also there is a one more API here. If you see inference API, by using this API you can directly communicate with this model. For example, this is a context, here is the name they are passing, based on that it will give the response here. Okay, in the same way, instead of communicating from this inference API, we'll use our own code to communicate with this question answering model. Okay, so let's go to this page. So for this one I am using this one, collab. So it is just like .ipy notebook, like it is just like a Python notebook only. You can create one ipynb and you can use this one. So for this one we need the transformations. So first line, if you see, so this is from the transformation. In the transformation I am using auto tokenizer and as well as a pipeline. So what is the transformation? So first you can come to that documentation here, and if you want you can check about the transformation also. There is a huge documentation for this. You can use all the documentations also. So on my side some network issue I think. Okay, transformers is nothing but it is a API. So by this one you can create one pipeline to communicate with that data model. Okay, so here we are using the auto tokenizer and pipeline. If you see, this is the model I am using. So what this model is all about? Okay, this is the emotion model. If you see this one, this is the emotion model. This is not a question answering model, it is a emotion detection model. So what it will do, if you pass something, some inputs for this one, based on the text what passing to that model, it will tell us what kind of content it is, either sad, if this is like sad message or happy message, or so it will tell us your mood as well. So for example, you can type like have lost my phone. So for example, if I'm mentioning this text, if you see the code of line, this is the model name, and here I'm passing the pipeline. So here is the text classification, and this is the model, this is the tokenizer, and this is the response for that one. So finally I'm printing this response back to printing a response back. Okay, so if you run this model, if we see what it will return this one. So I'm passing test as a I have a lost my phone. Okay, we'll see what kind of response we'll receive from this. For example, see, it is showing it is a shortness. For example, okay, I got promotion today. So this is not a sadness, right? So if you are passing this sentence as input for this model, and if you execute this one, see what it will return. See, this is written as a joy. So like that we have the multiple things based on the text. Automatically it will process using this emotion model, and it will give the response. Okay, so right now here how I am writing this code using the transforms. Okay, so if you want to write same code using the APIs, so this is all about you can use the Python, and there is a fast API. Using the fast API you can implement same logic in the API level, and you can communicate to the fast API. Okay, directly you can hit the REST API, it will give the response directly to that. Okay, so see, we are writing only very limited code for this one to communicate with this model. Okay, so instead of writing this model here, so we have another option also here in the model level itself. We can communicate from the inference API. So for example, if you go with that, so right now we chosen for the emotion one, right? So you can choose what is the API, you can just go through it. This is the emotion API we are using. Yeah, so this one, and come to this data model, and if you see that description about the model, and so here is the use case how to use this model. Okay, so this is the input they are passing. I'll now quickly see what it is. Copy this one and go to that notepad. You can keep. Okay, for example, this is a pipeline, so they are passing this text. I love using transformers. The best part is wide range of support it's easy to use. So this is the input they are passing, and it will return the response. So here there are the multiple responses it is there. So how to test inference API here? For example, this is the inference API. So here I'm passing some input for this API, and you can click this compute button, and it will give the responses. See, love is this, joy this. All these responses will give from this one. If you want to see the data feed for this one, you can come to the data sets, and here you can search for the emotion. So these are all the data sets also will use. So for example, I did not fail. Something is there, right? Based on the context, it will give the response to that particular thing. These are all data sets. So right now we just tried for the emotion model here, and like that you can create your own model, and you can set your data set, and you can communicate with the data set directly. Okay, like that you can build your own AI models as well for this. Okay, so transformation is nothing but transformer is a architecture here. So currently we are using chat gpt also, right? So it is also open API. GPT is using this transformation architecture only. So we are passing to the input, it will give into the response, right? So transformation API they are using. This is one kind of model. Tokenizer is the model. Tokenizer we are using to converting this text into that numbers. Okay. So just you can try this code in your system. You will get some more idea on this. Okay. So this is the emotion one, and we'll try now with the another one. Question answering one we'll try. Okay.